What's up, everybody? This is Russell Brunson. Welcome to Marketing Secrets Podcast. I learned something really interesting about myself tonight, and I want to share with you guys. So the big question is this. How are entrepreneurs like us, who didn't cheat and take on venture capital, who are spending money from our own pockets, how do we market in a way that lets us get our products and our services and the things that we believe in out to the world, and yet still remain profitable? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Russell Brunson, and welcome to Marketing Secrets. Hey everyone, hope everything's going amazing for you guys. Today was Sunday, had an awesome day at church and with the kids, and it was really, really neat. And some of you guys know, if you've been following, I don't know, everyone's plugging different spots, different places, but Thursday I did a really cool thing. I took the day of work off, and I tried to read the entire Book of Mormon in a day, which is awesome. I podcasted about it over at bookofmormonchallenge.com. If you want to go listen to that podcast, you can go and listen to it. And then Friday, I did a training. And so the training was for everybody who'd gone to the 10X GrowthCon event, Grant Cardone's event. And if you guys were there, you saw at the event, I did a presentation and made not 90 million, that'd be cool, $3 million in 90 minutes, setting all sorts of records, and it was really, really cool, right? And then the next day I got up on stage and we did a bonus where if anyone signed up before I left, that basically we were going to let them, I was going to do a workshop where I walked them through exactly what I did and how I did it and all that kind of stuff. So that workshop I actually did on Friday, which was really cool. I thought it was going to be about 3 hours long. I ended up going for 6.5 hours. I don't know, I just get excited and I can't stop talking and sharing, and it's just a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys are okay if I over-deliver, but it was cool. And then obviously immediately afterwards, I'm like all excited to go and try to turn this into an offer and to sell it. And I bought 10xsecrets.com, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this in the offer and this and this and the training, and then this is, and like my whole brain's going crazy with this whole process. And then part of me's like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I creating another offer, a new front end, another product? Like, maybe I have a problem. Maybe I got a funnel addiction. Maybe a little all those things. I don't know. But what was interesting is I actually this weekend thought a lot about it. I don't know. It's fun. I love reading the Facebook comments of people in our groups, and just especially like just hearing people's success stories and stuff. And there's this really interesting pattern this weekend for me as I was like just scrolling through stuff. Is so many people told me like, oh, for me, Russell, it was when I read the .com Secrets book, that's when it clicked. Or, oh, for me, it was when I was at this event and you said this, and that's when everything clicked. Well, for me, it was, and like people were sharing like what it was for them that made it all click for them. And when it clicked, then the business took off, right? And it made me start thinking about like what were the pivotal parts in my journey, like where something clicked, and it was like transitional shift, you know? And twice this week I did trainings for the 2 Comma Club X coaching program, where I shared something that had been shared other places. I just shared differently and had different stories around it and stuff like that. And same thing, people were like, oh, that time it clicked. Like, now I understand where I'm going. And so you never know, when you're sharing your message, like which one's going to click with which people, right? Like, that's why I keep telling my stories and my things over and over and over and over and over again, because you never know, like, when it's going to click for that person who's there. And sometimes it's repetitive for some people, and other times it's like the thing that makes it click. And I started thinking about this I was so excited about creating software, and then I was like bummed about it, because I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? Like, the last thing in the world I really need right now is more money, right? And I'm like, what is the reason? Like, why am I so excited about doing this? And then it kind of hit me, and I was like, I think the reason why is I know that like that training was the newest one I'd done. It was updated. It was 6.5 hours. I like put my heart and my soul into it because I wanted to over deliver. It was really cool. I actually went through and I taught like the foundation of like offer creation, because that's key to the webinar. And I taught the perfect webinar, and then I went through the actual presentation from 10X, and I like pushed play and I watched and I paused. I'm like, this is why I did that. Push play, pause. This is why I did this, and I kind of went through the whole thing. And it was interesting. I even found out a couple new nuances to the perfect webinar that I didn't even realize until I was like pausing myself, and I was like, oh wow, I did that thing. I didn't even realize that. So I was sharing those things, talked about the price marinade, like a whole bunch of cool things I've never really talked about before. But I was like thinking about this, like between our email list and everything, there's like over 1 million entrepreneurs that follow me, right? And when I put something out, like because not all 1 million are still active, like excited and like engaged, right? If they were, I'd have 1 million people using ClickFunnels right now, which we're working towards that, but we don't have it yet, right? I think we're at 61,000, which is pretty awesome still. But I was like, of those 1 million plus people, like my job as a marketer is to like re-engage them and then recommit them, and hopefully this time give them the aha, right? So I re-engage them by making a new hook, right? I talked in the last podcast about a hook, story, and offer, right? So I need a new hook to get them re-engaged, right? Because if I just keep selling the exact same thing, it's gonna be hard to keep getting, right? But you look at this, like think about this. So like I have perfectwebinarsecrets.com, which is like the script and CD of me teaching the perfect webinar, right? Expert Secrets is me teaching the perfect webinar in way more detail. Secrets Masterclass, which is part 2 Common Club X, the old fat event was me teaching the perfect webinar. This was me teaching the perfect, like it's me teaching it, but it's like the concepts, like the actual not the content's not the same, but it's similar, right? But it's repackaged in different ways where it's like perfect webinar, those who are looking for webinar, that was the thing that like, that's the hook that'll get them. Expert Secrets, I talk about that way, that's the hook that'll get somebody. 10x Secrets, I talk about, hey, Russell made $3 million in 90 minutes. Like that hook is gonna get a lot of people because it's sexy, it's interesting, it's unique. Like the hook will grab a different segment or like re-engage people, right? Then, like I honestly wish like I could just, like that 6-hour thing, I wish I could stream it to everybody for free. Problem is I know is that people get it for free, they don't do anything with it, right? And so that's why we make an offer, so we make a funnel, because then I'm hooking them first, then I'm charging them to, which the physical act of them pulling a credit card out recommits to themselves that they're going to go down this path again, right? So I hook them, I recommit them, and then hopefully this time I give them the aha, that's the thing, like that's the one that, how many times have you gone through, like you study somebody's stuff 2 or 3 or 4 times, you go to church, right, every Sunday for 20 years of your life, and all of a sudden, like, boom, that Sunday, that person, that, whatever it was, you were ready right then, right? And so for me, I feel like that's really part of this business, right? Like, the money, and if you guys aren't at this point yet, I'm going to break it to you, the money is not that exciting moving forward. Like, there comes a point when, like, your house is paid off, everything's taken care of, like, it's just not exciting, the money part, but the impact is, like, fires you up, right? And so it's like, I'm hooking them. I'm trying to, like, I have this 1 million+ entrepreneurs, plus everyone else on Facebook, plus the entire world. I'm like throwing these offers out to try to hook them, right? And get them to make a commitment, so they commit themselves by actually paying for something. And my goal is that this time is to give them the aha, the thing, like where they're like, this is the one. And I know that 10x Secrets is going to do that for some people, and I'm excited. The other reason why we charge, we have funnels, because we can get to more people, right? We can pay for advertising. Now the hook gets out to more people, which hopefully gets from people, brings them in, gets them to commit to themselves, and then hopefully that'll be the one that gets them. And it just re-engages people, reignites people who have been on and off and on and off, on and off. Like hopefully this will be the one for them, right? So anyway, that's why. It was kind of cool. Maybe it gave me like comfort and like, oh, it's okay for me to do this. It's not like I'm doing it for that reason, right? Like because I want more people to be like, oh, 10x Secrets, that was the one. That was the one that gave me the clarity I needed and the permission to do my thing, right? Or maybe it's Ignite Your Funnel, it's coming out later this year. Or maybe it's the next thing, Right now, Julie Storian and I are working on 10 books, 10 front-end books to bridge the gap. We identified 10 sub-markets that basically use ClickFunnels. And so we're trying everything in our power, like bridge that gap. So we're making webinars and training and success stories. And like, it's just part of our big Project Mother funnel, but Julie's writing 10 different books, one for each segment. Like here, if you're in e-commerce, this is how you use ClickFunnels, how you use a funnel. If you're a business professional, if you're a freelancer, if you're a e-com, if you're a business, whatever it is, if you're in retail, like here's how you use funnels. Like it's bridging the gap. My goal is like all these different offers are putting out there for these segments. Is like I want some of the segment to like get the aha, like, oh, that's how I use a funnel. Like I had one of my buddies literally last night, and I don't know, it's funny, it's a friend from not business world, and I always forget people see me on Facebook, but anyway, he texted me, he's like, hey man, so do you do stuff for service businesses? And I'm like, my whole body of work, everything I've ever done for the last decade of my life works for service businesses, but because it doesn't specifically say service businesses, they don't know it, right? And like they can't bridge that gap. So I wish the book was done. So I'm like, yeah, get the book. It'll tell you exactly how to bridge the gap, and then you can go build funnels for your service business. But we don't have it yet. So that's why I keep doing it. In case you're wondering why I keep putting out offers, is because I'm trying to hook people, get them to recommit to themselves, and hopefully have that one be the one that gives them the aha that makes them move. So I'm curious for you guys, when was it that Which was the thing, the product, the idea, the thing that gave you the aha, that gave you like, that was the thing? Or have you had it yet? Are you still looking for that? Was it a video? Was it a YouTube video? Was it a podcast? Was it a product you bought? Like, there's a reason why I'm preaching like crazy around the clock for you guys. It's because I'm hoping and waiting and wishing that each of you guys will get that aha from one of these things, give you the thing you need to, like, that was the piece I was missing. So if you wonder why I publish so much, that's why. I love it. And the feedback, like, I literally just scroll through Facebook feed and just like liking everything. It just makes me so happy to see all the positive stuff. So anyway, that's about it. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed tonight because I'm getting up at 5 tomorrow because this week's gonna be so much fun. Sleeping becomes a nuisance. Have you guys noticed that? If not, like, you're having enough fun yet. It's like, I gotta sleep, but I gotta wake up early so I can like start the party. I'm getting up at 5 tomorrow because I got my next episode of the Book of Mormon Challenge.com podcast. I'm gonna be recording in the morning, then I'm gonna be lifting with Dave and with James, and then the party starts, the week begins. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, appreciate you all. Thanks for listening. If you are on YouTube, please click on the like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. I do actually, every YouTube comment does come to my email, so I do read all those, which is kind of fun. And if you're listening to the podcast, please go to iTunes and like, comment, subscribe. If you liked, comment, and subscribe in the past, please do it again because iTunes bumped us for a little while, so we're rebuilding the channel, and so we may have missed your comments. So please come comment again. Appreciate you all. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Would you like to see behind the scenes of what we're actually doing each day to grow our company? If so, then go subscribe to our free behind the scenes reality TV show at www.funnelhacker.tv.